Hey everybody, welcome back. It's me, Alexa, here, and I have a different video for us today. It's actually about my diet that I've been doing for about the past 20 days. It's a 30-day diet. It's called the Whole30 Diet. A good source for information on this is their book, It Starts With Food. It's by the Hartwigs. It is a 30-day, very exclusionary diet to help you figure out if anything that you're eating is causing you any digestive issues or causing you to have any inflammation in your system, and kind of weed out and eradicate what is causing you the problems that you're experiencing, whether it be weight gain, fatigue, or just a slew of other symptoms. They have a whole list on their website of things that people who have gone through this diet have found have actually been alleviated or better. It's just a whole list from better libido to better breath. It's all over the place. So what the Whole30 diet is proteins, veggies, fruits, nuts, and good fats. And then not much of anything else. So no alcohol, no added sweeteners, no gluten, no grains, no soy products, no dairy at all. And I know that sounds kind of daunting to a lot of people, but when you read through the science behind why this diet works, it actually makes a lot of sense. You're taking your system back to the roots of what makes it work. So you're less dependent on sugar, you're less dependent on high fat, high fructose corn syrup, and all types of things that your system really doesn't need. So I'm pescatarian. So a lot of the recipes, say like in the Whole30 recipe book here, are very chicken, beef, game meat, pork centric. I go for a lot more seafood centric foods. So my typical day will start off with some hard-boiled eggs, some spinach, some sweet potato, maybe a banana, and then on to lunch I'll do a salad with a can of tuna, and then for dinner I'll do maybe a salmon or another fish, maybe some shrimp and some more veggies. I've been incorporating a lot of zoodles or sauteed carrots, been doing the cauliflower rice. I make a really good eggplant curry and kind of have been mixing around and playing with different ingredients and different ways I can incorporate them. So if you're really handy in the kitchen and you love cooking, you'll kind of mourn the loss of a lot of things you can't eat, but you'll embrace the different concepts of how you can use different things. Now, the catch on that is there's this terminology they use. It's actually pretty funny. It's called sex with your pants off. And what that means is using Whole30 approved ingredients, but not in a Whole30 approved way. The best way I can possibly explain this is, I had to look this up. Because you can get coconut flour or arrowroot flour and use that to bread things, and for thickening stews or using it to lightly crispen chicken or fish, according to the diet, is okay. But using that to make muffins or bread is not okay, because what you're doing is slightly altering approved ingredients to mimic that ones that aren't on your diet plan. Another great thing that I've almost caught myself into is chocolate. You're allowed to have 100% dark chocolate if you want to add it to a sauce to make it a little more luxurious and rich and robust, but you can't go around dumping a bunch of dark chocolate on fruit. So that is one thing to watch out for, and dates are another thing. I use them to throw into a smoothie in the morning, but if you use them too much, it starts replicating the sweetness you're trying to get yourself out of the habit of having in your body all the time. And then the next hard step I've had personally, if you have watched my channel for a while, if you've followed me around in social media for a while, you know I'm a really big wine person. Notice my giant wine rack that's always behind me in all my videos. So you can't have any alcohol. None. Zero. So I've been without alcohol since the 4th. Today is the 23rd. So it's been a while. My biggest takeaway from that is I'm always the coherent and designated driver and like good person to talk to whenever I go out with friends or I go out with like coworkers. I actually almost won trivia the other day because I seem to be the only wherewithal person there. When I go out with my friends, go out dancing and go out to a club, I'm always completely okay to drive home afterwards because I have so much more energy from not relying on sugar, not relying on alcohol, and my caffeine intake has just been black coffee. So all those combined, I can feel my sugar levels really evening out. It's easier for me to wake up. It's easier for me to fall asleep. I don't feel like I need to take a nap as soon as I get home. So those have been great. The only downside to me is when I first started, I was going through severe sugar withdrawal because I'm the type of person that'll add sweetened soy milk to anything as far as my coffee or my tea, or I'll drink soda, or I'll drink a Red Bull, or I'll drink alcohol with soda mixers or juice mixers added. So canceling all that out and doing either straight water, black coffee, raw kombucha, or naturally flavored sparkling water. And you'll notice over time, I've actually seen that the naturally flavored sparkling water tastes sweeter to me now than when I first loved those drinks. And other fruits you can start to taste better now than when you first start this diet. So what all had triggered me into this was I've always had a good diet, but I started having acid reflux. And I eat healthily and work out, but I was gaining weight. So those two combined, I was like, I really have to change something because my acid reflux is getting worse, my weight gain's getting worse, I'm getting more tired. What am I gonna do? So I talked over some other friends who also been through the Whole30 diet, and that's where I got these resources from, which I will highly recommend. If you do go through this diet, do it with a friend. Do it with your boyfriend, girlfriend, spouse, partner, dog, whoever. Don't do it with your dog. Maybe do it with your dog. Your dog mostly eats meat, so just, yeah, do it with your dog too. But do it with someone who's gonna be there with you, and if you have those moments where you're seriously craving something that you can't have, someone you can sympathize with. Now, my husband isn't doing this diet, but he's definitely sympathizing with me, and he understands where I come from on a lot of this, and it's been really fun to look up new recipes to try at home. I've purchased new products like the zoodler to make zucchini noodles, which have been really fun and tasty. So yes, this is my thing, and I will give you guys a 30-day update once everything is over. That will include my new weight loss, my complete takeaway from everything, and then my plan of my reintroduction. Which, how that works is each of those groups I mentioned before that were banned, like the dairy, the legumes, the grains, all those things, you introduce them 3 days at a time. And with that introduction, you see how it plays a role in your system and whether or not you still feel good after having that back in your system. I have a slight sneaking suspicion that soy may be a culprit for me because I've had my vegetarian and then vegan and now pescatarian lifestyle for so long. I've relied on soy for protein for so long that I just have never known what it was to not have soy. So now that I've been without it, I'm thinking that I felt that bad because of soy. So it'll be really, really interesting to see. First thing I think I'm going to introduce though is wine, because I miss her. So yeah, that's my video for today for you guys. If you have any questions or trying this diet or want me to talk more about it when I do my 30-day update, please leave any questions you want me to include down below, and I hope you have a great day.